Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. I'm going to update you on a project that I covered 3 months ago. I interviewed the CEO of XinFin. This is the company that is behind the digital asset XDC, which is absolutely on fire right now. We learned that they are an official technology partner to R3. I'm on the R3 website, and you can see that Corda to XinFin Bridge is to be released soon. So it is a very interesting product because I think when you take a look at this Singapore company, they are going after the global trade and finance. That is a big prize if they should get it, because it's estimated at 30 trillion. So the smart contract enabled website that bridges with R3. Yeah, this is why I am so interested in this project. XDC is part of my portfolio, and it's a niche that is different in many ways than what the Focus Ripple has. And if you look at the performance, the last 7 days, it's up 33%. The last 30 days, it's up 469%. And the year gain is 2,841%. You know, I have to be honest with you, I had no idea this project was going to be on fire like this. I knew it had promise, but I really didn't have any idea that it was going to have this kind of a gain. So when they first got on the radar was when the International Chamber of Commerce and the World Trade Organization had this 56-page publication that came out. This was November 2019, and on, well, what, 15 months ago, right? And on page 22, XinFin is featured, highlighting that the network is live and that it is powered by the digital asset XDC, and that the platform that they use for that is called TradeFinex. It is a network at that time that was 11,000 members, and it had over 30 MSMEs, which are the micro, small to medium-sized companies. And this is really important. It was said that they are aiming to connect to Voltron and Swift. So soon after this came out, we learned that they had secured the ex-Swift head of corporate trade markets, Andre Casterman. Sorry, I'm just in the wrong place today. He is secured as an advisor. I think that really kind of tipped their hand, if you will. And we see now that on the roadmap for 2021, which that was one of the reasons why I wanted to update you, and also because of the price action. It's just phenomenal. I have learned that their focus has expanded. Yes, XDC is still positioned to absorb that liquidity and to distribute it to the originators or the banks or the fintechs out there, and anyone who connects to the network. So how is this liquidity achieved? Because following Ripple so closely, I know that achieving liquidity has been a really tough hurdle to get over. So they do it through exchanges. Yeah, they have like Bitfinex, and they have Bitrue, and they have some others. And they also have a very interesting creative market-making bounty. This is something that they started at the beginning of the year. It's one of the outline targets to focus on for 2021, and this is to build that liquidity for XDC. The bounty is paid out in the form of rewards to anybody who participates as a market maker. So it's very creative. I like it. And also, to add to that liquidity, they have a couple of really big partners. One of the partners is funding societies. They are in Singapore. They were founded in 2015. They're banked by big entities like Sequoia and SoftBank. And no, SoftBank is totally different than SBI and not a Ripple partner. I'm going to talk about that in another video. I won't get sidetracked on going that way now. But also, Samsung is behind this funding societies. KPMG picked this company in 2018 as one of the top fintechs top 100 fintechs globally. Yeah, they are the largest digital financing platform in Southeast Asia. They also just applied for their wholesale banking license in Singapore, and the Monetary Authority of Singapore is very careful to not hand out a lot of those licenses. I think they have a good shot at it, but we'll probably still have to wait and see. They have done $2 billion so far in loans across 3 countries. So that is more than 3 million loans that they've done. And check out the default rate, only 1.27%. I thought that was really low because in the United States, the default rate for credit cards is, in particular, is much higher than that. But the team is from Accenture and McKinsey and universities in the United States. This is really a big partner, and quite interesting. They're also just a few doors down from the Ripple office in Singapore because they're both on Robinson Road. So another big partner that adds to the liquidity is Validus. And I'm just going to have you listen to 30 seconds of this partner.
And just to give a little bit of background on Validus, we're a peer-to-SME lending platform exclusively working with accredited investors and institutions on the lending side and SMEs on the borrower side, where we provide unsecured loans to the SMEs. We've been around for about 5 years now, since 2015. And while we weren't the first in the market, we've quickly established ourselves, becoming one of the largest players in the region, where we're licensed by the MAS in Singapore, and we have presence in Vietnam, Indonesia, and soon to be Thailand.
And soon to be Thailand. So I think it is a really great partner. And then check this out. They were advertising for a brand new position, a DeFi tech head, just in January. I do believe this has been filled now because on their LinkedIn page, it said that applications are no longer accepted. And it is part of the XinFin XDC network, which seems to have some synthetic, they're minting a synthetic USD stablecoin called XStable, and it's collateralized with XDC. So now we're talking. That is in the description for what this particular job is consisting of. And when I went and found one of the most recent interviews with Atul speaking January 20th, he talks about these payments that are collateralized with XDC. It's a XDC-backed synthetic stablecoin. And it's very, very interesting because it's totally interoperable with legacy systems. They have now 132 masternodes. They have 20,000 members, so up from 11,000 to 20,000 members that are transacting on their platform. And they have the capability of 2,000 transactions per second with the ability to scale up with configuration changes to 30,000 transactions per second. And the actual transaction fees are minuscule. I mean, we're talking 12 zeros placed before the 2-digit number. So it's incredibly low. So you've got Validus, you've got funding societies, which are both regulated entities by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. You've got the Bounty program, you've got the exchanges. So it looks like they're really starting to build their liquidity. And remember, in that publication that the WTO put out, they had aimed at joining Voltron, right? Voltron is something that started 2 years ago with 50 banks and corporates. And the whole purpose was to digitize the shipping process entirely in Singapore. This is the largest trans-shipping port in the world. It's huge. It's just massive. And you can see that when you need to digitize these paper documents, especially when it involves a letter of credit, The letter of credits are what gives the green light for the seller to ship with a guarantee of payment to the buyer. I mean, you don't want to ship anything that isn't guaranteed to be paid. And so they get these letters of credit from the buyer's banks that guarantee that the payment will be made. And the banks that are in this particular project are the largest in the world. And here we have the CEO of Contour that works for R3, because it's built by R3 Corda, on CNBC 4 months ago. He was talking about it at this time because they went live in October. So banks and corporates were able to cut 90% of the time it took to get those letter of credits done all the way to payments. Can you imagine what used to take 10 to 15 days? It is less than 24 hours now. You know, yeah, some people don't understand how much impact distributed ledger technology or blockchain is having on so many verticals. This is a perfect example. And they have 14 open positions for Contour in Singapore right now. So I think they're really, really ramping up. The Port of Singapore, like I said, yeah, it is massive. And it is a transshipment port. So you've got goods that are coming in, being broken up and then repacked on another ship, and then off they go into other parts of the world. You can see how large it is in this photograph. And this, by the way, is Sentosa Island. This is where the Ripple Swell 2019 event was held, on this island here. Yeah, the event I didn't quite get to. And this is a view I have seen twice. And actually, I couldn't even find a picture that really showed how I saw it, because I think what I remember seeing on two different occasions had doubled the size of the container ships that are waiting out in front of the port to come in. And I don't think they wait for hours. I think they wait for days. It is that busy. So you see just what I thought was like 100 container ships out there just hanging out, waiting to come in so that they could get going on their shipping. They look like water bugs from this view, but what a busy, busy, busy port. So here is Contour, all right, by R3. And you're going to see that they are integrated with Swift, which is using the Corda settler for their payments. Now, I know a lot of people in the XRP community really, really know Corda settler, because XRP was the first to pilot that software, and it's now being used by Swift. And, you know, I have to tell you that I hear some people say that only XRP works with Corda settler, but that's just not the case. The Corda settler used XRP for the pilot. However, it can accept other cryptos or fiats too. And I think absolutely without a question in my mind that they can use a stablecoin. Now, there's no official announcement that a stablecoin or that a crypto is being used, but we know for sure that there is a coming bridge between XinFin and Corda, according to the R3 website. And I want you to really check this out. This is the guide about stablecoins on the XinFin blockchain network. And there is a crypto-backed stablecoin that can be created. And so it's similar to a fiat-backed stablecoin. However, it locks up the cryptocurrency as collateral instead of using a fiat currency. So for example, you can see here XDC can be kept as a collateral to create a cryptocurrency backed stablecoin. And these tokens use the security pledge to compensate for the volatility of the cryptocurrency to be used as collateral. It states that the stablecoin will not be based on a 1-to-1 ratio for the crypto collateral. So for instance, if a cryptocurrency backed stablecoin is pegged to the US dollar, it can be something around $2 peg for the $1 coin used. So I think what they do here is they over collateralize it to compensate for any type of volatility. That's what I'm guessing. So I'm really, of course, so pleased with the price action, and I'm also very much paying attention to this project now even closer with what they have started to create with this synthetic stablecoin, and I'll be sure to keep an eye on it for everybody who is also interested. Okay, we are jumping to the fluff, and that is about some crazy stuff. Yeah, so Japan, as I've told you before, they just love their vending machines. And when we have Valentine's Day in Japan, it is when the woman gives the man chocolates. But there is another day that happens in March called White Day. And White Day is when the man gives the woman chocolates. Or if you have maybe a girlfriend or a lover or a wife, you're going to give a gift. So one of the vending machines that was set up for White Day here in Japan is selling pearls. Pearls, pearl necklaces, pearl rings, pearl jewelry out of a vending machine. I just can't believe it. But it even gets even crazier. There is now a new vending machine that is selling raw shellfish, as in tiger shrimp and oysters. And look, right next to the vending machine is a microwave. This is in Toronto, just there, near the Tokyo Tower, Toronto Hills. I just never can imagine how far these vending machines go. And it looks pretty good. This is a kaki fry, which is a fried oyster. Looks fantastic, actually. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.